We are continuing our division by division breakdown. This time, we're going to be breaking down the Southeast Division, which has the Orlando Magic, Miami Heat, Atlanta Hawks, Charlotte Hornets, and Washington Wizards. We're going to be talking about all that plus more. First, you got to play that intro.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
What's going on, basketball fans? Welcome to another episode of NBA Central, your number one spot for everything basketball related. We got C-Dub, Bobby, Stevo, myself, Haize in the building today, and we're talking the Southeast Division in this one. We got some up-and-coming teams. We got some older teams in this one. We're going to start off with the up-and-coming team, the young team. That is the Orlando Magic. Major additions for the Orlando Magic involve KCP. They did lose Joe Ingles, if you're looking at that as a major departure with this team. Otherwise, this team has stayed pretty much the same. This is a team that did win 47 games last season. It's definitely an up-and-coming team with Paolo Banchero stepping up. Jalen Suggs had a nice season for them last year as well. This is a team that's definitely on the rise up. They got Anthony Black, who was the draft pick of last year, who did not play a lot, still 20 years old, still projects as a two-way player if he gets on the court this year more than what he did last year. But overall, guys, Franz Wagner got paid. Tristan Da Silva, they drafted this season a lot. There's a guy I was really high on in the draft. He's a guy who is NBA ready right now. High floor, lower ceiling, but still a guy who can contribute. How you guys feeling about the Orlando Magic?
I grown to like the Orlando Magic, and I think that last season they kind of went ahead of schedule, and I'm not gonna grade them on a curve like they can have a step back. I'm gonna expect more from this team now. They got a lot of experience. They won a series in the playoffs. That means they ready to take another jump. How about y'all? You guys compete to get into the Eastern Conference Finals. You got great young talent in Jalen Suggs, Anthony Black. I love this kid's game, bro. He got a lot of game. I hope that he could get more minutes. It's going to be hard because they still got Mr. Anthony over there and Suggs over there. So it's going to be hard, but I think he should be able to get minutes in there. This team is primed to make another jump, at least winning a couple series this time, if not getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't say they win it, but they can get there. This is a dangerous team, and I expect them to get up over 50 wins this season. If it all falls into line, I really like this Orlando, especially because Paolo, he's a different type of breed of animal. He's a different type of breed of animal, and I think he's going to be even better this season.
For sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say for sure. I agree with you, C-Dub. I like the Orlando Magic. I like everything that they've been doing, and I think that one of the biggest things that they did was go out there and get Kentavious Caldwell Pope. You getting one of those veterans who is not a veteran who's just gonna sit at the edge of your bench and bark orders and try to yell at people or try to enforce some type of structure. He's actually gonna be out there on the court, show you what a champion do, every single day and how they prepare. So this is gonna help these young guys mature at a different level. So I think that addition right there was a huge one. I love the pieces that they have on here. You can't forget about Jonathan Isaac and his defensive ability. And then you talk about the defensive ability and the growth from Jalen Suggs. And you spoke on Paolo. I love everything this guy can bring to the game. He's very, very good at what he's able to do when it comes to getting to the basket and attacking the basket, rebounding ability, some things that he can do defensively as well. And one thing that's been standing out to me is that it's been rumored that Grant Hill is already scouting this young player for the next Olympics. And I think that'll be a great addition, you know what I'm saying, especially with the trajectory that he's on. He could absolutely fit in well to that next Olympic team. We are speaking a little ahead of ourselves, but ultimately, I love what these young guys can do. And I think they only going to get better because I think that with that one major addition for Kentavious Caldwell Pope is going to be huge for them, especially in their next few steps moving forward.
Yeah, especially when you look at the Magic. The Magic last year shot 58.7% in the paint, which was the 11th best in the NBA. But their overall field goal percentage was 49.5%, which was 28th in the NBA. They need shooting. They need some offense there. Defense, they're amazing defensively, but they need some offense there. Go ahead, Stevo.
Yeah, that's why they also got Joe Ingles on the team as well, which I think he got hurt a little bit towards the end. So for them to have basically two knockdown shooters with Kentavious and Joe Ingles is definitely going to be a step up for them. And I'm just to echo with some of the things you said, they got the makings of a team to take
Wait,
an
Joe
extra
Ingles
step.
left. They don't have
I
Joe
think
Ingles
I don't
anymore.
think they got
Oh,
Joe.
he
Yeah,
left.
he left. Yeah, Joe
Well,
Ingles.
it might take a hit, honestly, because Joe Ingles was that straight up spot up shooter. KCP can be, but he's more of a person that can just find his spots all over the floor. But I still expect them to take an extra step. I'm not going to say a tremendous step, like you said. I'm expecting they won 47 games, 48 games, expected like 50, 51. But I am expecting them to at least make it out to that second round, do some damage. And to echo everything you said about Paulo, he pretty much had a coming out season showing the NBA what he is, but it was a little bit quiet because it was towards the end and who they was playing in the playoffs, and then garner a lot of recognition. But I think next year he playing over. He's been playing in different type of runs, and like you said, he's been getting looked at. And to me, I got such appreciation for his game because to me, he's just everything we thought Jabari Parker was going to be. He's that. He's that type of player. So I love everything about his game. They still got Jet Howard, who they picked up last year out the draft. Jonathan Isaac is easily one of the best on-ball defenders in the league.
Yep.
So yeah, like you said, the key thing they need is shooting. Hopefully KCP helps with that, but I think they're gonna win about 4 to 5 extra games and possibly make it to the second round.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what it comes to. We basically all in alignment with the Orlando Magic. We're all expecting them to take another step up. I don't know how big that step's going to be, but definitely them getting closer to 50 wins this year. Next up, the Miami Heat. Now, this team has lost some role players. Caleb Martin's gone. I think that's a bigger loss for them than what people are realizing.
Yep.
They do bring in Khalil Ware, the player that they drafted. They add that to Hami Haize, a player that had a really promising rookie season. But they're looking to make some changes. They traded for Terry Rozier last year, who ended up, not being healthy kind of after they traded for him. They didn't get a large sample size with him. But one of the key things looking with this Miami Heat team, Terry Rozier, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo only played 10 games together last season. They were 5-5 in those games. They're, of course, hoping for better with that. Khalil Ware could be a big addition, especially one that could allow Bam to go to the 4, which I do think would change a lot for them. How you guys feeling about the Miami Heat coming into the season?
Yeah, when I think about the Miami Heat for next year, I think of the word transition. They need to transition the team from a Jimmy Butler team to a Bam Adebayo team. It's time. And now that's not to say just totally disregard Jimmy Butler. A playoff Jimmy Butler is a weapon to have. But I think the game and the game plan, offensive game plan, should be built around Bam Adebayo. It's time. And not to mention that I think he's going to have one of his best defensive years because of a rookie. Khalil Ware is going to make Bam Adebayo's job that much easier on the defensive side. So he's going to be, oh my God, you can hear a free Roman Bam Adebayo. That's crazy to think about. You got good young players in Haize Haize, who really didn't look like a rookie last year. He didn't. I don't even remember when he got drafted. He just looked like he belonged in the NBA. They got the best coach in the league. Somehow, even though I think they should take a step back because of this transition. You're shifting over the team into a Bam Adebayo. I still think they'll be in a hunt for a playoff position just because of the exceptional coaching of Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, and that's why I said with it too. I think that right now the Miami Heat, they probably, me personally, honestly, I would be surprised if the Miami Heat is like top 4. Because I just feel like these guys typically, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to necessarily use the word coast, but I feel like that's kind of what they do. They kind of coast during the regular season, and those injury concerns with Jimmy Butler and Terry Rozier and Tyler Hero, those seem like issues that always pop up. But it seems like when it's time to go out there, and if they are healthy enough to push and get in the playoffs, they always get themselves a chance. C-Dub, I'm going to agree with you with the Khalil Ware take. I believe that's just one of those things you had to go ahead and do for the sake of Bam Adebayo. That's going to free him up and allow him to be able to be what we saw in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Guy that's going to give you a little bit of everything. And on the defensive end, Now you ain't got to worry about Anthony Davis taking up some of those minutes. Now you're gonna be able to come out here and pretty much show your dominance. And if you are capable of doing that, one player I really, really like on the Miami Heat is Nikola Jovic. That's somebody it seemed like they really, really put some work into, and they didn't want to give up when people was talking about trade for Zach LaVine or trade for Damian Lillard. These guys held on to that prospect because he's such a big ass guard. So they held on to this young player. And I think that the system works for them. The system works for them. I'm not saying that they're gonna be at the bottom of the like in the play-in or anything, but if they get a matchup that they like, I believe Jimmy Butler when he say we're gonna whoop somebody ass. That's just how I look at it. It's just because when you talk about Heat culture, they bring a different type of attitude, a different type of dog mentality. And really, if they face up and find the right matchup and catch that spark, they can go on a nice little run. But to start off the season, I think they should be fine. I like what I'm seeing from the Miami Heat.
I can't call it. And it's strictly because what Dub said. I don't know if they're in what's their mindset this year, because they are in they're in that space where when you look at the roster, they can be still trying to win, or they can completely try to start over, or in some way retool it in a way. And to me, I think as long as Jimmy Butler is there, they're going to try to shoot for the stars every single time. And I just don't think that's in their best interest and to develop the talent that they already have so they could be further down the road than they already are. You still got Tyler Hero, who's a 20-point game per score, so you want to hold on to that. I believe he is paid, right? They did pay him, correct?
Yes.
So they did pay him. He's locked in. Like you said, you got a whole bunch of young dudes. I think in order for if I'm the front office and I'm Eric, you gotta talk to Jimmy and tell him to hand that key over to Bam. It's just that time. It's just that time. And then if you don't do that, you're just gonna keep playing this old same game of we're still trying until you're gonna have to somewhat restart. So you are already in a place of restarting, but you still have the players and the people around them that could develop them. So, like I said, I really can't call it at this point.
Fair enough.
They're in an interesting spot with their roster because you have Jimmy Butler, who's 35 years old. And while Jimmy Butler is still a very productive player, you're starting to see the return on that investment get less. Like Jimmy Butler is not who he was as a defender even 2 years ago. He was not that last season. He's starting to be, worse and starting. He's still a really good defender, but you could tell that drop off is starting to come. Now, getting a player like Khalil Ware, especially what he's able to do with rim protection, could help that because they can run that type of defense where you funnel in everything and you just trust your center to be able to deter and block shots. That could be something that they could do that could up that ceiling. But then you also they're doing the two timeline things. You have Tyler Hero, who's 25 years old. Bam Adebayo, who's only 27 years old. You got Jaime Jaquez, who's 23 years old. You got Khalil Ware, who you just drafted, that's 20 years old. This team could either make a trade to where they bring in somebody else and a veteran and give up a Tyler Hero, or I could see that they start preparing for life without Jimmy Butler and hope that these guys are going to step up. As you guys said, turn the keys over to Bam Adebayo, who is your next best player to start building around. I also know that Pat Riley does not have a big taste for being bad.
Yeah,
no, he does not. He does not.
And so if a move is made, it's only going to be a move to make this team better now. They're not going to make the type of move where they get a high draft pick and try to do that way. They're not going to. That is not what the Miami Heat do here. And so because of that, I like to think that they're going to make a move at some point in time, but I don't want to give them credit for that when they haven't done it. They need to make this roster make more sense, or they need to help that maybe Jimmy Butler has a resurgence year, and we're not even talking about it. Maybe the acquisitions that they made, maybe a Jaime Jaquez, a Nikola Jovic, steps up as well, who's another a young 21-year-old player they have here. But at some point, something has to be done to start making this roster make a little bit more sense because they got 1 foot in the past and 1 foot in the future, and that's not really going to lead them to anywhere successful to me.
Do they have the – I don't know. I can't believe I'm saying this. Could they trade Jimmy Butler?
I think that could happen.
I would.
What can they get back? Can they get back? Can they get back good players for Jimmy Butler? Or good picks for Jimmy Butler? I feel like you could get a younger, not necessarily a 1, but a 2. Okay.
I feel like that's where his value.
A wing for Bam.
Wing, yeah, a wing, or if you, to me, I don't know if they found a point guard of the future yet, but maybe a point guard.
Do they have a point guard? They don't even have a point guard.
Not
They got
not
Terry
necessarily.
Rozier.
Terry Rozier. He's not a point guard.
I feel like he just filler.
He just
Yeah.
a
Oh yeah. I
sporting
mean,
beauty.
that's what that was.
Yeah.
Like that was
Yeah.
another one of those
Yeah.
trades
Yeah.
to try to live in two areas. Like I can see. I mean, I can see a team wanting to make like the Los Angeles Clippers. I can see them trying to make a move
Yep.
for Jimmy Butler.
Perfect. Yep.
I can see them doing it. I can honestly see, even though they just put a lot of that team together, I wouldn't overlook the Philadelphia 76ers for combining some
They
of that
have
talent
been
to
trying
make
to
a move.
revisit that.
Oh no,
I mean, they have
Absolutely
been
not.
trying to yeah, but I don't know if Daryl Morey wants that
Once what?
to
That
trade
ain't
for
gonna
Jimmy
work.
Butler.
They're gonna be fight. They gonna but him.
No.
They're gonna be fighting in practice.
No, because I think that this team, I think that even Joel Embiid has talked about like he wishes that they would have embraced what Jimmy was trying to get them to do back then. They didn't. Now the problem is Jimmy Butler's making $40 million, and so like
Bro,
I don't
he's
know.
Yeah, I ain't paying your ass. You gotta take a
Daryl
pay
Morey
cut, son.
stand away from that.
He is
But
he's a Dodge Charger with 200,000 miles on it.
If it's the Hemi, it's still okay. If it's the Hemi,
Nah,
it's still okay.
He a scat pack with 200 miles power on it.
Yeah, oh, damn, oh.
You don't want that motherfucker. And they been through 2 accidents.
Hey,
You
I
good?
may have it. As far as the timelines, let me ask y'all this. I'm presenting this as just the thing. Michael Porter Jr. disappointed last year with the Denver Nuggets, considering that they are trying to would they make a move for Jimmy Butler, for Michael Porter Jr., who's not the shooter or anything that he is, but would they be willing to do that, considering they need a dog to keep going? He can fit next to Jamal Murray. He can play with Nikola Jokic.
But you making your team very old at that point because you
You
just
are.
added Russ.
But they want to win. They want to win right now, though, Steve. They're like
Yeah,
they
it is
wanna
about
win
the
right
now.
now.
I'm not against that. I'm not against that move.
That
but,
gets the
shooting.
Miami Heat younger. It gets them a player
But-
that can potentially give them 20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shooting
but-
though, Drip. Shooting though.
do Michael Porter
have
fit that? Does he? Do you think he can mentally survive the Heat culture?
I
The
think
one
he
thing that
could.
the one thing that I've come to learn, and again, it could be proven wrong. I'm always going to bet on Heat culture to win out. That's just my until I see it. I'm always going
Yeah.
to bet on Heat culture to win out.
I don't think his ass can handle it.
I think Michael, he's better than what he's put out in the NBA already.
It's not the talent. It's the he
You're
a
talking about the
Seattle
mentality
kid.
part of it.
Yeah,
He a
mentality.
Seattle kid. He quiet. Like motherfuckers
I
gonna
think
be
he'll
Pat
be- I
Riley
think
gonna hurt
he'll
his
get with it.
feelings.
I think honestly, Haize, I think that's the best destination. Then the Clippers, then the Sixers. I look at the Denver Nuggets is like, bro, y'all lost KCP, and before that, y'all lost Bruce Brown. Y'all need some more dogs in here. Yeah, I'm just saying. And right now, when you got a superstar like Joker, you gotta push the chips into the table in the middle of the table as long as you have him. Ain't no, we finna go ahead and develop this. No, you need to take advantage of the prime. I think it could be a solid addition.
I like it,
Hey,
but shooting is gonna be a problem
It is
for Denver.
It is.
That takes away they one knockdown shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they might need him because, like you said, I'm scared that Joker is about. I'm telling you, I want y'all to remember this being recorded. Remember this day. He gonna retire randomly as hell. I'm telling y'all.
I'm not mad.
So,
I can see it.
I can see it. So at this point, that's what just dawned on my head. Make the move so you can win as much as possible, as quick as possible, because that motherfucker one horse win away.
We will never see him again. We will never see him
You
again.
will never see him.
We will never see him except for his Hall of Fame enshrinement. That's it. We will never see him other than that. And then when we see him, he's gonna have like this big, huge caveman beard. That we're just like and we'll just be like, is that?
He might be like Tim Duncan, come back. We see him come back for the retirement of this dude. He got locks.
He got locks. I was like, what's damn, Tim?
His ass ain't gonna have locks. He gonna have a mullet. This bossy.
If he come in this mud looking like Dan Feeney, I'm gonna lose my mind.
For real though.
Man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I like that
That's an
move to
interesting
Denver.
trade, though.
I like that move. Yeah.
It's just me spitballing. It is what it is. We'll see what comes about it. let's get to the next team, the Atlanta Hawks. Now,
Depression.
big acquisitions for them. The number one overall pick in Zachary Richard, Dyson Daniels, Larry Nance. They lose DeJounte Murray, Sadiq Bey. This is a team that won 36 games last year, has Trae Young now, who's going to be on ball the whole time now, and you're hoping that his creation is going to help Zachary Richard. And then they also have the guy who's on his way up in Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson is one of the more promising players on that team.
Agreed.
And so you got to also look at that. How you guys feeling about the Atlanta Hawks going into next year?
They winning 30 games.
I'm with them.
They winning 30 games. I really don't. One, I'm not a fan of Zachary Richardson. I don't think he's that good. I just don't. Like, he young, so anything can happen right now. Prove me wrong. I'm never prove me wrong. But with everything on this team right now, Trae Young, Jalen had. I think that's probably their only person that can change the ramifications of this whole season, because at one point he was stagnant. I didn't know if he was going to take that next step. We all know he's close to 6'10". He's uber athletic. He's starting to become more of a scorer. So if he's able to come into a legitimate number two, possibly showing some flashes of he can be the option of a number one, maybe you have a chance of winning more than 30 games, but I just don't think they're good enough. DeJounte was probably one of the main reasons why y'all was winning the games that y'all did win. Mm-hmm. And the style y'all gonna play due to your star player, it's not winning basketball. And when it was, you had the perfect team around them, and that team is no longer there. Yeah. So I would be shocked if they win 30 or more than they won last year.
Zachary Richard, the beginning of his season. I hope that it goes where, but I think the beginning of his career is going to be very Andrew Wiggins like.
Okay, and then he come back around,
and then he comes around eventually. I do think but I think it's going to be a late bloomer. I don't think Zachary Richard. No, I'm not saying as late as Wiggins. I'm just saying that what is Richard is 20 right now, right?
20, yeah.
I know he's 19. I don't think it's going to be until his second contract, where if Zachary Richard turns into like this player that we're like, all right, he's at least a number two. I think you're looking at about 24, 25 years old until that happens personally.
I like
that's reasonable.
I like that. I like that. That's good logic, because I think the kid is extremely talented, just to tell you the truth, even though he ducking Montes. I ain't going to talk about that right now, though. Jalen Johnson, I wanted to talk about him. He showed off his athleticism last season. So basically, he had a Stromile Swift, if y'all know who that is. I know Drip knows who that is.
Oh, I heard that.
That's a deep cut, bro. That's wild.
You know, Stromile Swift was all athleticism and dunking on everybody and doing all type of dunks. Now we want to see the rest of your basketball game, Jalen Johnson.
Your bag.
Yes. Okay, now when it comes to Atlanta Hawks, I thought they're not serious. I think they're not serious about winning. I thought before the season you had to make a choice. You pick filling the seats with Trae Young, or you pick trying to win with DeJounte Murray. They pick filling the seats. You just can't win now with Trae Young. The message is out. Attack Trae Young every possession. Every possession. You is not going to be able to hide Trae Young every single game, because that's what they try to do. Yep. You just can't win games when you run in 4-on-5, bro. You can't do it. So I like some players on the team. I like Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels is a low key, very talented, skilled young man. I think he's from Australia. He's from Australia, right?
Yeah, I think I believe so. And he just played in the Olympics. Yep.
He's a very skilled young man. So, I think they in the same position they in last year. Just out of the play-in, they chose selling tickets. That's what it is to me.
I'm with you on that. I was gonna come in and say Trae Young gonna average 30, but it's gonna be empty 30. That's just what it is. It's just gonna be empty. I think they pretty much stuck in the mud with the whole squad. I'm with you guys pretty much saying that DeJounte Murray to me would have been a better fit to pair with Bogey and then kind of move on to the Richard and the Dyson Daniels and the Johnson. So I just say that, right now, just prepare yourself, Atlanta. You about to tank for Cooper Flag. Good luck.
That's their best. That's their best.
Hey,
that's their
listen.
best move, though. That's the best
Listen.
move for them.
Trey Young and Cam Thomas they're in the chucker race, bro. Who can get up the most shots in the NBA? They both are going to try to break the record of most shots taken in the NBA in one season, bro.
Can anybody beat Cam? I don't think anybody can.
Trey could. He could. Trey, it's gonna be a lot of those. As soon as I cross half court, boom, I'm shooting, and the player's gonna be like,
Yeah, I'm about to say Trey can definitely last because fucking Cam jumped too high. His legs gonna be tired by third quarter. Trey don't barely jump, so he can definitely shoot 100 times before he get tired.
It's crazy.
all chucker team. Yeah, this Atlanta Hawks team's gonna suck.
It just is what it is, though.
I mean,
Daniels take over the team. I don't know.
like I said,
Y'all gonna be
unless Jalen Johnson comes out and shows that he is him.
Yeah, gotta have a big jump.
Man, Dotson for the come
I mean, he
out
already
after-
went from averaging 5 points to 15. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
He gotta have another big jump. He play hopscotch now. He gotta have another one.
They need Dotson to turn it to the 3. He need to come back from the Olympus. I'm bloody Dotson.
Wait, I take that back. Trey may not get because Bogdanovich is still on that team. He gonna be another chucker too.
He get traded at
He
the
gonna be
half.
feeling
He get
himself.
traded
He
at
gonna
the
feel
trade
himself.
deadline.
They gonna both be chuckers.
He
That's
gonna ask
crazy,
for a
bro.
trade. I guarantee you, he's gonna ask for a trade.
Oh, facts. This may be a team that at the beginning of the season that their forwards are gonna have. They're gonna have one of those players only meetings within the first 10 games because I guarantee you the forwards are gonna be looking at Trey and Bogdanovich like, can we get a shot? Yeah, they still got Capella as of right now.
That was the only saving grace because if Trey lose Capella, oh my God, he's not gonna score. They gonna get on his ass.
Yeah, Trey is an amazing playmaker, though. I think you could stick like with the
Amazing.
playmaker. Yes.
No, see,
Amazing.
and this is where we got to get into the difference between being a really good passer, between being a good playmaker. Trey Young has great court vision. He's not a good amazing. He can make some really good passes. As far as creating open shots for his teammates, no, them niggas got to work for every bit of that shit.
He can't see him. That's the main pride. He can't see him, and if he do, he look him off. I'm taking this shot. Fuck him.
Wait a minute. He's averaged 10 assists.
That's why I said he's a really good. It's a difference
He's
between being a playmaker. At least the way when I define playmaker, I look at people who create create. Not just I can get you the ball when I can tell you already cutting to the rim. I'm creating a shot for you. Trey Young ain't creating nothing.
And you about to say he's averaging close to 10 assists. 8 of them is a lob off the pick and roll to him and Clint.
Damn, you finna deduct points for that?
No, it's just that's not. It's roll off the pick. Nobody can jump with Clint. Ain't nothing. That's not really creating.
Okay. All right. I ain't gonna argue with you. Shit. Hey, but it ain't looking good for ACL, bro.
Oh no, they gonna
They
suck.
ain't looking
They gonna
good.
suck. They gonna suck.
They gonna be
Now,
at the
this
club.
is the team that we may disappoint them. I mean, agree the most on. We'll see. The Charlotte Hornets are the next team. They didn't lose any major players on their roster, except for who they traded at the trade deadline, but we're talking about it in the offseason. They do bring in Josh Green. They draft Tajon Saloon as well. They get a new coach in Charles Lee. I'm gonna throw Ray on there. Shout out if y'all know the reference. But this is a team that I really do like a lot of the talent on the Charlotte Hornets, and this is a big if. But if LaMelo Ball is healthy, this is a team that's winning 45 games at the bare minimum. To me, if LaMelo Ball and Mark Williams can stay healthy, this is a team that's going to win about 45 games. Brandon Miller's too good. Miles Bridges can score. They got Cody Martin coming off the bench. You still got Grant Williams who's looking to rehab his career. Vasile Mishik is a really good backup point guard in this league. I like this Charlotte Hornets team if they can stay fully healthy. That's a huge if because, God damn it, LaMelo Ball could break his ankle walking into Walmart. You just never fucking know.
Let's to the ball, boys.
Hopping in the Lambo.
Exactly. If LaMelo Ball can stay healthy, I think this team can win between 42 and 45 games.
Okay.
I agree with you.
My,
I agree with
there's
you. I
another
like the young
team.
guys.
There's another team I really can't call because they got a new coach that I know nothing about. His name is Charles Lee.
Ray.
Ray.
Chuck.
Ray. Nah, stop betting up on game. Give me the powers. I beg of you. But yeah, like he was under the tutelage of I want to say Ime Udoka and Joe Mazzulla. So I want to get to know more of his playing style, what he likes to run. But yeah, this team is uber talented. They just played Miles Bridges. Ball is under contract. And what's the rookie they didn't what he's from? New Zealand? I know Haize, you like them. They got a rookie.
Yeah, it's John
Saloon.
Saloon. She's another one from Australia, isn't he?
I knew he's from a country, but I didn't know which one.
He's
You knew he was
But,
from a country. I think everybody's from a
France.
country.
No, he's
Oh, it's
out the
France?
country,
Okay.
motherfucker. You know what to say. But
He played in Australia. That's what it is. My bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, that I don't know. This team is just I don't know. It's almost like you just gotta see where it go. There was a nice little spot when they were healthy where they looked like they was kind of turning around. They was trying to make it, and then next thing we know, he got hurt again, and that's why I could say it's really. If LaMelo healthy, that we can see where it goes. If he not healthy, his team is gonna be terrible. So it's up to how healthy this team is gonna be, how healthy their star players is gonna be. And if he's healthy, I can see them maybe getting 40 wins, and that's a big maybe.
Okay. Let's tell the truth. The Charlotte Hornets are infused with a lot of young talent. That's just obvious. You got a big guy, Marvin Williams. That's his name, Marvin, right? Mark
Yep.
Williams.
Mark.
You got LaMelo, who's running the show. They actually built this team pretty well around LaMelo, this iteration. But I think they're going to take a step backwards. I think they got a problem at the wing. They're going to have to trade one of those guys, and it's not going to be Brad Miller. It's going to have to be Bridges. You're going to have to lose Bridges
paid him.
to make. I don't care what you paid him.
But he not playing the wing. They've been playing him at the 4.
Who's the starting lineup? You got LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Bridges, Mark Williams. Who's at the 4? I think.
Bridges is probably going to be at the 4. They're probably going to start. What's his name? Josh Green at the 3.
Josh Green.
Okay.
From the Mavericks, right? Josh Green. That Josh Green.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I think they need to take a step back this year. I think they're going to take a step back this year. I like the team that they building around LaMelo Ball. You got the point of his health, if it's going to work out, and the field. Who's going to take this shot? You got to get the field of the team first. Like, you got to get their roles supplanted on this team. I like the way it's starting to get built, but I don't think this is Bridges is the only one for me that I don't think that belong on this team. That's it. Once they find out what to do with Bridges, then I could start thinking about them getting to the top 6, top 8, something like that.
You know that this team, the last time LaMelo was healthy, won 43 games, right?
Yeah.
And that was before Brandon Miller and Mark Williams.
Yeah, they still got to come and get acclimated.
But that was with Gordon Hayward, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They still got to get acclimated together.
I mean, they've been practicing together for a year, though, bro. It's not like LaMelo hasn't been there. It's just he hasn't been on the court.
Allen Iverson practice.
I don't know. This team got Taj Gibson on this team. I don't know.
Taj Gibson plays for the Hornets.
He the vet. He do. That man ain't gone away yet, big dog. He ain't
Shout out to Taj getting them checks, bro. Shout out to Taj, bro.
That's a fact.
Yeah, Taj is at the point in his career where he's averaging Tony Snell stat lines.
Hell no. He averaged 1 point, 1 rebound. That wasn't 0-0 30 minutes. That's
at 39 years old, Taj Gibson is averaging a better stat line than 22-year-old Tony Snell.
Ain't that
That's a damn shame.
That's bad.
Tony, bro.
And Tony was cold in height. Do y'all know who was his teammate? We ain't finna go down that road, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree with all you guys. I think it's just too many questions for this squad, but I do believe if they are healthy, outside of me personally looking at how does Brandon Miller look at all this, I know sometimes ego come into play. I think Brandon Miller got that little mentality where he want to be the guy. But I believe if they are able to figure that out, they should be good to go. but it's just too many questions with this squad. But I do love the talent that's on this team, and they could very well be fighting for a playoff spot if everything lines up for them, because they got a lot of good talent. They got some vets on there, and then we'll see what happens.
Wait a minute. Is LaMelo the undisputed leader of this team?
They don't have
Yes.
a leader.
Yes, that's what I say. Because you said Brandon
No.
Miller nephew is.
Yeah, I'm just saying because I'm just saying when I watch him play, it appears to me he wants to be the guy.
Okay.
I do know though, LaMelo is the guy.
Yeah.
But how does Brandon Miller feel about that? And has that conversation been had? Does he know his place? We know those things start to come up as these players be like, "Damn, bro, you ain't even here." Like,
No, bro.
if you ain't here, things start to
You
take
literally
over.
wasn't with us shooting in the gym. How about that?
Yeah.
That's why I was just about to ask you. I don't think Melo is the fucking leader of nothing.
How could you say that?
When do
You
you
have to
ever
be
see
there
this
to
man?
lead.
He is still 19 in the head. That's
Oh.
why.
Okay, who's the best player over there?
I don't care about I said leadership.
Who the
I'm
best
not
player?
talking about.
Your best
Yeah,
player.
I'm not arguing. I ain't arguing that he's the guy. He's the guy because he's getting paid like the guy. He's the guy, but there's no leader on that team.
Okay, I could feel that. I'm just talking about
and
the
I'm
best
with
player.
Bobby. I think based off the bravado and the things we heard, Brandon after 2 years gonna be like, look here, motherfucker, you done hurt your ankle 17 times. This my shit. As soon as they pay me, this my shit.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain of this ship.
Yeah.
I'm the captain of this boat.
I'll show you then.
Think about it. Because we all know LaMelo don't say nothing. We know his middle brother didn't say nothing. Melo talked the most, but it ain't from the leadership.
Yeah, Melo a bug for sure.
Yeah, he just like he like I don't like of course I don't know because he could be actually showing some leadership traits behind the scenes, but I don't know. That team just look like they in fuck it. Like let's see what happens.
For sure.
I like Brandon Miller though. I like him.
Yeah, there's a lot to like about Brandon Miller.
Yeah.
Ain't he the one that said PG to go?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so last team in this Southeast Division is the Washington Wizards. They lose Tyus Jones. They brought in Alexander Sarr, Bub Carrington, Malcolm Brogdon, Jonas Valanciunas. Let's go over the Washington Wizards starting lineup. Malcolm Brogdon, Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma, Alexander Sarr, Jonas Valanciunas.
Oh my god.
Immaturity and depression. Tank for Cooper Flag.
Can they win 15 games? Can they win 15 games? I don't think
Bailey.
we gonna see Cooper Flag pull a Eli Manning.
I swear, and I don't even blame him because that's just one team you just don't ever see getting right. They just a dumpster fire of an organization.
So I like what they did in the draft this year. I can't deny. I like that they got Keyshawn George. I like Alexander Sarr. I like Bub Carrington as solid young pieces. But the problem is,
did you see him? And does that mean anything to you? What you seen from Sarr in the summer league?
No, I mean we've Joakim Noah had a terrible summer league. Like
okay, that's true.
So I'm not too worried about it as a bigs. It's weird with bigs, right? Like sometimes it is what it is. But at the end of the day, this team is this is fucking trash. This is trash.
That's disrespectful to trash shit.
That's like, disrespectful to trash.
Like this team, bro. Poland could beat them.
Bro.
Damn. Do they even play basketball?
Malcolm Brogdon is their starting point guard, fam.
Yeah, it's not good right now.
Oh, really?
It's not good.
Tyus got out that jam.
Yeah, hey, unless they just say F it and start Bub Carrington, even though he's a rookie, and just say, hey, we just gonna be bad. Let's go ahead and get you some reps. But other than
that's
that,
a fact.
I feel like they should just be like them, them programs that just run out of money and they just close the shit down. like at this point, like y'all have shown that y'all cannot prolong this organization. Like there needs to be a meeting with the NFL to sell this motherfucker to somebody. Move it, do something. Because-
moving to Baltimore and
Right,
figure
shit.
it out over there.
I don't. Maybe that's what you need. Go get a couple Baltimore crackheads and put them on the team and see
It's
what
about
fucking
I
happens.
mean, the problem with that is that you can get that in DC. You just got to walk right around.
Yes.
If y'all ever been to, I was surprised about how like the area right around the White House is beautiful. Make no mistake about it. But if you just go a little bit outside of that, you see motherfuckers do cocaine just casually, just shooting up.
Casually.
Bro,
For real, they finna go with the
with-
picket lines to the
Hey,
White House.
This might come
Bro.
from left field from y'all, Joe. But I feel bad for Jordan Poole, and I hope he get traded from that team, bro.
You feel
I
bad
like
for
Jordan
him?
Poole. I like Jordan Poole, bro. I like Jordan Poole game, bro. He just a little saucy.
Ever since he
like-
had those two white girls courtside, his career been down, bro. It's been.
I like Jordan Poole, bro.
You know who Jordan Poole is? Jordan Poole is Noah Lyles if he played basketball.
I don't like Jordan Poole no more. If you so say it, because I can't stand
He is. He's that motherfucker that got real arrogant because now he the fastest motherfucker in the world. That mother got real arrogant because he won a championship. He put up little numbers and thought he was the shit. Then he got his ass smacked in the mouth. Then they sent his ass away and they realized you really wasn't shit to begin with.
What's the chances that Jordan Poole rehabs his career? What's the chances
gotta
that
leave.
if you had to get him,
He has to get out of there.
He gotta leave, Drip.
That's his
He
chance.
gotta get out
He
of
has
there.
to get out of there.
That's the problem. Ain't nobody trading
Ain't
for
nobody
Jordan Poole
taking.
with his production on that fucking contract. Nobody's doing that right now.
Well,
He better
Puerto
be
Rico,
here.
here you
What's
come.
his what he averaged last year, Drip? You looking at it?
17 points per game.
Do you think he can average more? Jordan Poole can get you more. He can get you 20 off the bench.
Yeah, but
He's
the
done it
question is
before.
how efficient
How you can't get 20? You can't get 20 starting though.
It's a different. It's different from starting. You playing the best players each day. You a starter.
He
You playing
had
bench players.
the ultimate green
the
light.
problem is that even in the year that he averaged 20, he started 43 of those games, bro. So like he was still productive.
Yeah.
Like he's just
He a knucklehead, bro. He's
He
fucking
is.
knucklehead.
Bro,
He play too
bro.
much.
Bro, they took his superpowers, bro. It's done.
Draymond said, "Hand that shit back."
Hey, bro.
You got
Draymond
focus
hit him with the.
Hey, you know
what's
what?
that fucking gauntlet?
It's
Knocked
it's
the
just like when
confidence
Bobby
out of his
Portis punched Nikola Vucevic, Mirotic.
Oh, that's a fact.
Gone. We
The
don't even
Super-
know
he,
where he
Super-
at.
but he went to Spain and became an MVP after that, though.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
motherfucker.
Send him to Puerto Rico. You said right.
That's what I said. Take your ass to Mexico.
See, if you
get your
send
confidence
Jordan
back.
Poole to Puerto Rico in 5 years, he'll be Delonte West or Delonte
what
Green,
if-
but whichever was got whichever.
West.
Bro, in 5 years, he'll have 15 baby mamas and 3 STDs. What the hell are you talking about?
You remember when Delonte West they saw him as a crackhead? That's gonna be Jordan Poole if he don't pull
Bro,
his shit
that
together,
was
bro.
so sorry to see, bro.
Ain't it?
Delonte West. That's how I charge that to LeBron.
That's
Don't
my-
mess with his mama.
25
Don't
He's
you play with his
25
mama.
years old. If he
Yeah,
don't
he's
get
still
his shit
young.
together in the next 2 years, he gonna be playing for the big three.
Oh, that damn. You don't think he'll NBA player in 2 years?
I think he can be, but his mind ain't gonna allow him to unless I see it different.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's my thing. Like the whole
The
I
fucking
was a
knucklehead.
fan. I was a fan because I watched the punk motherfucker at Michigan. I watched
yeah.
him. So what the hell?
Damn, Delonte gang.
That's fucking crazy.
That's crazy, bro. God bless him, bro.
That's
God bless
Praise
you.
up.
He-
Praise
Yeah,
up,
bro.
man.
God bless Buddy, bro. He was a millionaire. That man was a millionaire, bro.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, but the moral of the story is Washington, we don't know what the fuck gonna happen. Y'all gonna be trash. Hopefully Cooper Flack want to be a wizard or Ace Bailey wants to be a wizard because at this point that's y'all only hope. Y'all gotta hope. Y'all basically gotta hope that y'all have another John Wall and Bradley Beal experience and don't fuck that up this time.
Y'all ass better go 0-82. For real, Joe.
I ain't gonna lie.
Everything.
If that happens, we might have to put that G League and Lank team and replace
Oh,
them. They gotta
real,
swap
son.
their ass.
We
They
gotta swap
trash
teams.
too, Steve. What the hell? They don't win neither.
Swap
G
teams.
League
no-
Unite don't win either.
That shit is better. We need something different. We need to change them or something. They need to change their name back to the Bullets or something.
No.
They ain't gonna let that ride in DC.
They made them change that damn name, man.
That's wild.
That's
Any
and they ain't
last
been
thoughts?
they ain't been shooting the rock since.
That's the problem. Is there a lot of people in that motherfucker shooting rock?
Yeah,
It's like
It's right by
like
they right by Philly.
it's like an episode of Power in that bitch. Any last thoughts before we get up out of here, fellas?
Hey, Washington, don't be mad at us, bro. Y'all trash and y'all know it. Don't be mad. Y'all know y'all trash.
At least y'all got Jaden
Chocolate City, though, man. There are
At
parts
least
of
y'all
DC
got
that
y'all got Jaden Daniels at least.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
There you
y'all
go.
got Jaden Daniels.
There you go. He 210 pounds.
Anyway, you guys
Yeah, you
can
being
follow
healthy
us.
with that 10.
That's funny. You guys can follow us at NBA Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, NBA Central Show at gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail, number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything basketball related, and we'll see y'all on Thursday, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.